Welcome to this presentation on GCSE Business, which hopefully will answer some of the questions that you may have about the subject. So, to start with, I would just like to introduce the team to you. So we have Miss Speak on the left, who has been with Prince Henry's for 10 years now and teaches both business at GCSE and A-level. We have Miss Norton, who joined the team this year from Ilford Grammar School and is an experienced business and economics teacher. And in the middle is myself, Mrs. Hall, who's been at Prince Henry's for 16 years, and I teach business at A-level and GCSE and also economics. So to start with, why should you take business? It's a really current, relevant, interesting subject, and it teaches you lots of life lessons as well. It helps equip you for the world of work. An understanding of how businesses run is really useful in the future, as you may well want to set up your own business, or you may well be working for another business. It develops a critical understanding of the economy, how businesses work within the economy, and the impact on you as a consumer. It develops so many skills, and it enhances other subjects and the skills that you may need in other subjects. It doesn't fall out with any other subjects. It mixes well with a huge range of other options. It's going to develop communication skills, numeracy, your ability to analyse and evaluate, problem solving skills, and decision making. Over the years, we've consistently had strong results. And going forward, there's a variety of different progression routes for you. At Prince Henry's Grammar School, we offer business as an A-level, as a BTEC qualification, and we also offer economics as an A-level. But if you were to leave and go into an apprenticeship, there's a vast array of apprenticeships available that are related to business. So will you enjoy it? It's obviously a subject that you haven't taken before, but we have lots of students coming onto the course. We have over 180 at Key Stage 4. It is a popular subject, and many more go on to study it at Key Stage 5. We've got over 100 students taking either business or economics. The vast majority of students really enjoy the subject. They find it interesting, and they are engaged because they can see how business relates to them, and they can apply it to all the different businesses that they buy from and that they see around them. So they can really relate the theory and put a practical slant on it. They also appreciate the value of what they are studying and how this can help them going forward in the future. Students learn in a variety of different ways, therefore we try and include lots of different teaching methods. And this might include business simulations, enterprise tasks such as Dragon's Den, the apprentice style sort of tasks, games, quizzes, case studies, role plays, discussion, debate, and more traditional teaching methods. We take you into the real world of business, watch Coca-Cola being produced, trade shares in the stock market challenge, and think about enterprise tasks. So what is business? GCSE Business gives students an understanding of how businesses operate in an ever-changing dynamic environment and how they need to adjust and adapt. It focuses on the actions businesses take to operate successfully and looks in depth at topics such as marketing, people, finance and operations, and importantly how each of these interlink to enable a business to be successful. It looks at businesses that you are familiar with, both local, national and international, and how they operate. So I'll just talk you through a brief example of those different operations. So businesses coordinate 4 key activities. They coordinate marketing, operations, human resources and finance. So if we think about Apple and iPhone, the first thing is to consider marketing, and the first part of this is to consider the customer. What do people want out of the next iPhone? What different features do they want to see? how can they adapt the next iPhone to meet those customer wants and needs. So it's about understanding the customers, okay, and then communicating with the customers, explaining the benefits of the iPhone, okay, how it is different, how it is unique, who it's aimed at, and what price to charge. As you know, the iPhone is a very highly priced phone at £780, but many people will be happy to pay that price because they think that iPhone is a distinctly better phone. They relate to the brand of the iPhone, they like the features of the iPhone, and therefore they're willing to pay a higher price than the other alternatives. If we consider production, we could think about where the iPhone is made. We probably know that the iPhone comes from China, but its parts come from all over the globe, and then they are sent to China to actually assemble the iPhone. But in order to assemble that iPhone, they're getting parts from America, from Europe, from the Far East, to make that the most productive way of actually making an iPhone. And by doing that, they're able to be a more profitable business. Apple actually focuses mainly on the design, research and development of phones, and getting the best product by having designers and by having researchers and developers. What it doesn't do is the production. And actually, by getting other firms to produce the iPhone, it becomes a much more profitable business because iPhone and Apple focus on what they do well, and they leave the production to other businesses. But as you can see, percentage-wise, those other businesses only get a small piece of the profit pie, and Apple gets the huge slab of the profit pie. Like I was saying, the people that Apple employ are mainly designers, engineers, marketing people that develop the brand. There's obviously some sales staff that run through the stores, but production is outsourced. And that means that Apple can focus on what they do best, which is designing excellent quality products. The final thing that I'd just like to measure is that businesses don't work in a vacuum. They need to consider other things. So they must consider their competitors, they need to consider their impact on others, and therefore we consider the ethical and environmental impact of businesses. They need to consider the global element that most businesses work in, and also the economy around them. One example of an external influence is COVID. Businesses have had to rapidly adapt to the pandemic. Some businesses have had to completely change their product. Many clothes shops have been selling lots of items that they wouldn't normally sell as many of. Many businesses or clothes shops are selling masks. Many are selling much more loungewear and casual wear as opposed to jackets and smart wear these days, because so many people are spending more time at home, not going out, and not going to work. They're working from home. They've also had to consider the supply chain. So you might remember at the beginning of the first lockdown, the empty shelves, where people just were buying up all the toilet roll that they could. So keeping those supply chains going is a really important aspect at the moment. Many businesses have had to adapt to selling all their product range online, and that's provided some challenges. The other thing that they've had to adapt to is employees working from home, and getting employees used to working over things like Teams and Zoom. Some businesses, unfortunately, have seen a lack of demand because they've had to close during lockdown, and some of those businesses have had to close for good. Some of them have had to be innovative as to how they can get cash into the business in order to survive. So it is examined all through examination. There is no coursework. There are 2 exams at the end of year 11 it's graded from 1 to 9. There's a variety of different questions, from multiple choice, short answers, to longer written responses that will develop your analysis and evaluation skills. As I've mentioned, it develops a wide range of skills, including numeracy, application, analysis, and evaluation. The results are consistently good, often around the 80% plus mark at A star to C. Finally, if you do have any more questions, then come and find me or one of the team in BS1 or BS2, or come and see the taster on the next PHSE day in January. Thank you for taking the time to watch this presentation.